what's going on? Welcome to the latest episode of FlagPlus Football's First and Goal podcast. I am FPF Hall of Famer Brent Bodkin.
And I'm Quaysie Maule.
All right, so let's hop into it. We are week 8 right now. I know some divisions are week 9, and some are still kind of week 8. Some are kind of in the little holding pattern in between. Week 8 and 9. You know what? Let's just call it week 9 for argument's sake. Welcome to the show. A lot of things going on, so let's hop into it. Tier 6. Pardon me, 5. No, wait, 6, 5, yeah.
Tier 5, yeah.
Yeah, tier 5.
Tier 5. 2 games that we had this week. I actually got to score keep one of them, and again, I got to skip one of them. I got to see Puff Pass play versus the Gamblers. Puff Pass looked great. They won that game 33-12. So just from start to finish, they dominated. Their quarterback, Stefano Spagnolo, he was throwing dimes. To be honest, his receivers made him look great. He was throwing the ball where it was to the point where I was like, oh, receivers aren't catching that. Back shoulder catch. Like, it was to a point I was like, yo, who is this guy, you know? He's usually not a quarterback, but he balled out for them. And then regarding Gamblers, they were just kind of struggling from start to finish. They couldn't get a drive going. There was not good. They actually had one player. We talked about him quite often. I'm just going to get his name. Matthew Antonios.
Yeah, Matthew Antonios, my man.
Yeah, so Matthew Antonios was kind of just carrying the team. Alex DeLuca was their quarterback for this game. He didn't play bad. They just couldn't get things going. It was to a point where they're just like, it's like when you're struggling from start to finish, and like you're not a lucky touchdown, you get a touchdown here, but then like one thing goes right and then 2 things go bad, and then one thing goes right and 2 things go bad. And the fact that Puff Pass is just pretty much catching anything that came in their area did not help them at all. So they win that game 33-12. Got to see that. Okay. And then we got to see Bloodline versus PSTM, where we got to see it on Instagram. I'm not sure if you got to watch it. They had a highlight reel on them, and Bloodline actually looked like superstars.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I heard about it. Yep.
When I saw that, I'm like, that's Bloodline. I'm like, this is Bloodline. But no, they look great. So I'm interested to see them how they're going to do when playoffs do hit. We're looking at kind of the division for tier 5. Sorry. Sorry. That's my phone. So if we're looking at the standings, not division, if we look at the standings, it looks like if we're looking at
keep going.
Standings, they're 3-3 right now. So they look great. They're playing great. In between, usually they're a team that's 2-8. So the fact they're 3-3 with 4 games left, it's perfect. But yeah,
wow,
it's kind of.
So if you could put your phone on vibrate, that's what I do.
The thing is, it's actually coming from my computer. That's why it's the issue. So it's
okay, that's right. Okay, okay.
Even if my phone's on do not disturb, but the number that's calling me isn't. So I have to mute the number. Like my mom's calling me, but so that's the reason why.
You can answer the phone for your mom, dude. Mom just called. Answer the phone for your mom.
I'll just
help you out. All right. Okay.
But that's it for me for tier 5. For looking kind of at the standings. Very good football team, 0-5-1. Cafe 67, 0-6. Gamblers 1-7. Vengeance 1-4. Like those are the bottom teams looking out. Bloodline again. Oh, I just realized there's only 8 teams that make playoffs, so it's a good thing Bloodline won that game. They're gonna have to kind of push up. They're gonna have to make an air push again because they're pretty much. There's 3 teams that are going to be at the bottom right now. It's Legal Alien, Jamaican Bobsled Team, and Bloodline. One of these teams aren't going to make playoffs. I think everyone else is safe. So it's a good win on Blood. Looking at it now, it's actually a great win that Bloodline won that game versus They played PSTM, right? Yeah. Am I crazy?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, they beat a 5-2 PSTM that was 5-1. So that's a great game on them. I'm not sure if anyone was missing, but good game, good win on them.
Okay. Okay.
I guess we go tier 4.
Yeah, let's go tier 4. I did Brewers against Team Ethnic. So shout out to the homeboy Peas, former host actually of this the former podcast for FPF. He was a quarterback for Brewers. Guys, veteran guy. Taking on Team Ethnic. So looking at it right here. So I'm looking at the website now. I could be honest with you. I did upload the games as soon as I get home. That's what I always do. I tried 5 different times to upload this game and then the tier 3 game, which I'll talk about in a second. For some reason, it's still not working.
Oh,
The
so if you want to know a trick for that, because I had a problem uploading my game on Saturday.
Okay.
Ben told me not to delete the app.
Okay.
What did I do? Did I delete? Wasn't there? He said do not delete the app. What did I do? I forgot what I did.
Tell me after. Tell us after the show's done. Tell me after. Anyways, I will confirm the Team Ethnic won 45-28. So the game was close at the beginning, and then a lot of turnovers on down. A lot of drops also by the Brewers receivers. Unfortunately, so Peas and the boys cannot pull out the win. A little bit of a heated moment. There was between Peas and the rusher Alain Keb. Again, both teams are veteran teams, and they was going at it. I know at one point Alain Keb came in, he hit Peas by accident, maybe on purpose. I'm not too sure. And Pease was yapping at him. Alain was yapping at him. A little bit of fake tough guy stuff, which is always hilarious to see. And just the yapping just went on. It took away from what was a good game. Belwan Lawler, the quarterback for Team Athletic, throwing a lot of dimes. He was hitting Angelo Morilatos. He was hitting a lot of his other players. Actel Martin, shout out to him. It was a good game, and Team Athletic just pulled away because they made less mistakes than the Brewers in that game.
Okay. Interesting. So you said Peace and who was getting in a fight?
Alain Keb. It's a brother from is a rusher on Team Ethnic.
Okay. Well, I guess they don't know who Peace is, right? The
Yeah,
veteran Peace that's been in the league forever.
Peace is the man. Peace is the man.
I always kind of funny how we see like guys. Well, not guys like that, but Peace has been in the league forever. I remember when I first started. I said that thing. I'm pretty sure I said before. I first started playing at FPF. Peace is like kind of he recruited me to play on his team. Peace, Steve Hod. So I actually played with Peace my first like official FPF season. Like what they got me like midway actually, got me like week 5. But he was my quarterback. So I kind of.
It's always an adventure. I love Peace. He's my guy, but it's always an adventure when he's quarterback.
Yeah, I know for sure. But he kind of at this point, I think I was like 20 years old. So he's kind of he just threw me like 1 yard hooks, 2 yard hooks. So I was just bring it to the house. You know?
And I think it was division.
I think it was like Division 6 too. So
yeah, makes sense.
I actually I did tier 4 too as well.
Okay.
I got Rum and Coke versus Show Me Your TDs. So I got to see that game. I got to watch Dante Girardi.
Girardi.
Yeah, Girardi. Played great. Played a great game, to be honest with you. Why is my phone? Yeah, he played a great game. To be honest with you, again, like I've watched him play for I actually like started watching him this year, and he's a good quarterback. But I feel like sometimes it's kind of sometimes I don't think he realizes he's a good quarterback.
Yeah,
like, it's weird to say, but
exactly.
Like sometimes it's like he doesn't just have confidence throwing the ball. Like you're doing a great job. Like they won that game. I just want to bring up the score. They won the game 48-32. Their defense didn't help them as much, but their offense was rolling. He was throwing dimes to pretty much everyone on that team. He did a great job. So I think he just has to realize that he's the man for that team and just keep launching and keep throwing it, you know? So I got to see that game. They won 42-32, and then I was supposed to have the Packers versus Arias University, but unfortunately we had a forfeit. So that did not help the situation, and I believe the Packers forfeited. So it does not up on the site, but I believe the Packers forfeited. They kind of had something on the FPF wall. They're trying to reschedule a game.
Yeah.
Didn't end up happening, so they ended up forfeiting. I feel like I'm pretty sure they ended up forfeiting that game.
Well, either way, there's no gameplay, so either way, someone forfeited most likely, like you're saying,
Yeah,
is the
exactly.
Packers.
So
Okay.
yeah, it's unfortunate you have to when you're not able to kind of switch the games and stuff like that. But it is what it is. Going to the next week. If we're looking at the standings for Tier 4, kind of more like the playoff standings, I'm not going to talk about the top teams, more kind of the teams that are kind of struggling looking down. Because this is a division where everyone has a win except for Dogwalkers. And the teams that are looking out are the top 24, 20 top 24 teams make it. 30, there's 33 teams, so 9 teams don't make it. So we have a lot of teams that pretty much have to make a push coming down. A lot of teams have 7, 8 games played. So we have Dogwalkers 0-7, Irish University 1-8. I wonder if that's their last game and they got a win there because that would make them to 2 wins. But pretty cool. They have 407 points again, so that they're pretty much out this season.
Yeah.
Anyways, Show Me Your TDs 1-7, Buddha 1-7, Sarapos 1-7, FC Bing 1-6, Flaggers 1-6, Not Fast, Just Fears 2-6, and Vice City 2-5. So again, a lot of these teams can still make a push. It's not too late. Only team I believe that's officially out is Irish University. Even if that with that forfeit win, it'll
Yeah.
bring them 2-8, but their points against is way too much. So their season's pretty much out to make playoffs. And then you have First Down Snifflers, Sands Pression, Bible Studies, Super Troopers, Monsters, Chamonix Shows that are kind of the teams right now. They're holding their spot. You have them from 19 to 24, and they have between 2 to 3 wins. And then Bible Studies and Chamonix Shows have a tie, which that tie is going to come really in handy, especially for Bible Studies that are 2-5-1. Because if let's just say they win the next, let's just say they win next week and lose in the week after, they go 3-5-1, 3-6-1. But that tie is definitely going to help them when it comes to the final standings.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. That 1 point, it's annoying to get a tie, right? But that 1 point, especially at the end of the
Yeah,
year, that's the difference sometimes.
that's exactly it. We don't realize that until it's like we get to see it. It's like that in a lot of sports too. Like hockey, right? Hockey, you get a point for
Yep.
a tie,
Yep. Exactly.
and it sometimes it actually comes in handy when you have that extra tie.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Okay.
And then
You want to hop to tier three or?
yeah, exactly. So I was kind of trying to look to see if there's any like big matchups, but again, there's like probably 15 games going on this week. But pretty much all the big matchups are all the teams that are looking at the bottom, right? So Brewers,
Yeah.
Chamonix
Yeah.
Chodes, San Pressions, Briscoe Hawks. Like there's pretty much any of the bottom teams. It's like it's a big week. Like to reach a lot of these teams. If you're in I want to just make sure I say it properly. If you're in between 19 to literally like 31, every week for you is a big week and you have to win your game. Like we're
Oh,
there,
100%. Yep.
yeah,
Hmm.
they're in crunch time now. So like, welcome to the playoffs, pretty much.
Yeah, that's exactly. All right.
But yeah, we go tier three.
Okay. Uh, I know I did a game in tier three. It feels like every time I score keep, I have the mofos. So I had the mofos again, and even lately as well, Pasa Rabiata. So I had
Hmm.
those teams Monday night in Saint Laurent. Well, I think yeah, that was the second game I had Monday night in Saint Laurent. It was kind of cool because that game featured two quarterbacks. So we talked about this guy before, Timoko Sonogo, who's a quarterback for Mofos. Uh, Kind of looks a little bit, not a little bit like Lamar Jackson. I think he wears number 8 actually. Same. She could check right now on my app. Yeah, he wears number 8. He has this, like that early Lamar running style. Like he could run. He could break 40-yard runs at the drop of a dime. He has a big arm. He can throw deep. He's the type of guy. Like every time I see him, it looks like he's getting a little better, or he's maybe picked up something new, added a new wrinkle to his game, perhaps. And on the other side, so for Pastor Rabiata, I'm not sure if he was a regular quarterback, but I've seen this kid play. I like him a lot as well. Austin Yazback McDonald. He's a good kid. Just ended up talking to him on the sideline. He said it's his first season, I believe, in FPF. He just moved here from Nova Scotia.
Okay.
I think he's played ball somewhere. I didn't get too deep into it. I'm sure I'll see him again. he's I call him like Ben McMahon light because I was talking to Ben at the field because yeah, I saw you as well, Q, at the field. Ben was in
Yeah.
scorekeeping and he was asking me how that game was going, and I go, Ben, there's like a younger version of you, like you when you first broke into the league. And I
Mhm.
remember Ben when Ben first broke into the league. Ben threw for my team in a game. We don't even play at that field anymore. Ah, God, it was not in Kirkland. I forget what the field was. It was in the middle of nowhere. It was in the dome. I remember being freezing
Oh,
there.
in the back, in the
Yeah,
yeah, you
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
I know you're talking about. Yeah,
yeah. I forget where that field is, but
it's like we were in the there. It was a dome. It was a dome in the back. They had the turf. They had like maybe 2 or 3 fields.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly,
it was
exactly.
around the Kirkland area because you would drive. Like you get like a not even a highway, but like a one road type or like
Yeah,
not
yeah,
one road, but two, and it'd be all dark, and then you would find a random
exactly,
field out of nowhere. Yeah,
exactly,
I
exactly.
forgot what that field was called too, but I played there. I played there a couple times.
It felt like I remember driving to that place. It felt like a horror movie. I was like, I don't know if I don't know if I'm ever going to see my family again. Like
Yeah, but
it
it's
was middle of
weird.
nowhere.
It was such a weird location to play because I remember
Yeah,
when I remember I was it's this is like years ago, and I think I just started driving. I started driving really like late. Like I think it was like 20 something, like 20,
yeah, same here. All right, yeah, same here.
23. I started driving late,
Okay, yeah.
and I remember driving. Like I'm used to driving to Lachine, like that, and
Mhm.
did we have Laval back then? I don't think we had Laval back
So
then.
there used to be Laval when I first started playing FPF. There was Laval, like where we are now in the dome,
Mhm.
and then people complained it was too far. So then Rob stopped going there for a couple of years, and as the league expanded, he had to bring him back. But
Okay.
yeah, anyways, yeah,
Yeah, I don't think Laval was there back then. It was all everything was pretty much Lachine, right? Lachine was
yeah,
able to
yeah,
do so many games because
yeah,
they had a dome and they had a complex, So,
yeah, yeah.
but I remember I was going there and I put the addresses. And I'm like, where? I remember I was like, where am I driving to? And I made the right turn. And I started
Mhm.
driving through the highway, and I'm like, am I going to the right spot? I remember I looked back at my
Yeah,
phone, checked the
100%.
address, and I'm like, oh, I remember the guys in the group chat were like, yo, where's everybody? And I was like, I don't know where I am. The service was bad too.
Yeah, yeah,
But
100%, 100%. I felt like it was on a farm. Like I felt like it was like open field,
yeah, and
and
that's
then just a
exactly
random
It
dome.
was
Yeah,
such a weird location. You look to the right and just see like a dome. You're just like,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
all right.
yeah. Anyways, so long story short, Ben. So Kevin Donnell, who's played, he's cousins with Ben, right? And I was missing my quarterback that day. I know a day or two ahead of time my quarterback wouldn't be there. So it's like, hey, I got my cousin Ben. He wants to come. He's kind of new to the league. He could throw. So Ben came. Ben actually played not bad. I think he threw about 2 or 3 interceptions. I think he had about 4 touchdown passes. He's never played with us before, and he had a pretty decent showing. But anyway, so this kid Austin, he's like Ben, like first or second year Ben, runs every second or third play. He's about the same size as Ben too, to be honest with you, and he has a pretty big arm. He airs it out. So he's playing with Gucci. So Samuel Amambo, right?
Yeah,
Everyone knows him.
Gucci, yeah,
Gucci, good dude. So he was throwing jump ball after jump ball after jump ball after corner up to Gucci in the back of the end zone. That does get old after a while, but Gucci was catching about half of them. Let's say some were
yeah.
overthrown and whatnot. After Martin, who I talked about before, I think he's subbing on that team, so he was there as well. A couple of the guys, David DeAndre was on that. I think he's on the team full time. Angelo Morilatos. So a lot of the guys from Team Ethnic were on this team, and they were looking all right. They ended up, I believe, they got the win again. I can't put it on there, so we'll talk about that after. They got the win, past the Rabiata 27-18 with the Mofos again with Timoko Sanogo. It's just a lot of drops from his guys, like a ton of drops, especially in the red zone. A couple of it's a thing where he has like a rocket for an arm, but he's gunning passes in from like the 5 yard line. You got to put a little touch, right? So two
Mm.
young quarterbacks that can scramble and can get the ball deep. That they work on the finer things and guys that with more reps, I think they're going to be really really good and really really soon.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, it takes time,
Yeah,
especially when you're kind of new at quarterback. Well, maybe he's not new, but new at flag quarterback and stuff like that. I think
yeah, yeah,
around
yeah,
some time and stuff with all the guys got to
yeah.
get the ball where you need to get it. So you said Mofo's lost that game, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's 27-18 past the Rabiata.
So one thing I do have to say with tier three, this is probably the hardest division to make a playoff spot because you have
Yeah,
teams that are 3-2. Well, you have teams that have
yeah,
3 wins and they're outside of playoffs. So this is a 20-man division, 20-team
Yep.
division,
Yep.
and only 12 teams make playoffs. So you have you have like as again Mofos, the Hustlers, Mangoos, and Penetrators that all have 3 wins, and right now they're outside looking playoffs. And you have
Yeah.
Bruins, Black Vipers, Mama Boys, Super Daddies, Old
Yeah.
Pats that are inside of playoffs with 3 wins. So again, some teams has played only 5 games. Some teams has played 6 games, 7 games. That's the reason why you were ranked where you are, and also the points again. So when it comes down to it, when everyone's playing 10 games, it's going to be a bit more accurate on how the rankings are. But right now, it seems like if you want to make a playoff spot, you're going to have to be at least above 500 or close to 500.
Yeah.
You're going to
Yeah.
have to at least win 5 games. I feel like to make a playoff spot for tier 3, and to be honest, to make a playoff to make playoffs, winning 5 games is pretty kind of crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Shoot, you're right.
Like
You're
I
right.
feel like in most situations, you could probably make a playoffs 4 and 6, sometimes even 3 and 7. You know, like you're at the bottom of the list. But if you don't, I
Yeah.
think if you don't
Yeah.
win 5 games here, you're not seeing playoffs. So there's going to be a lot of pressure. There's going to be a lot of interesting games coming down to week 8 and 9. Week 9 and 10 for the games played for these teams. Since I think we're in week 9 right now. But when we see teams are playing on their 9th game or they're playing their 8th game, it's going to be very interesting how everyone's gonna how we're gonna see how everything like pretty much developed.
No, 100%, 100%. Like again, this is why every game matters, and like you said, it's gonna go down to the wire. But one thing I noticed with Division Three, I was just looking at some stuff earlier. The race for quarterback of the year right now. Tyler Bianchi of the Killer Rays and Simon Deschez from Jagerbomb. This is really weird. I was looking at this. Both guys have exactly 1,470 passing yards, and
That's
both
crazy.
quarterbacks have 38 touchdowns. Like exact.
Yeah, I just looked at it now. But
Yeah,
the completion rate for Simo is 73%, and he has less
yeah.
interceptions and less sacks, right?
Yeah, but that's so I've watched both of these. I've played against Jagerbomb a zillion times, and I've seen Killer Rays play. Killer Rays take a lot of deep shots. Simone takes maybe 3 deep shots a game, if that. He has a lot of like underneath stuff, hooks and crossers and shallow routes. So that's why his completion percentage is higher.
Mm-hmm.
I also think Jagerbomb probably has a bit, not a huge difference in their receiving core, but I think they do have better receivers than Killer Rays. Not by a ton, but I think one
Yeah.
team is
Well,
better.
it's 2 veteran teams as well, too, right? A
Yeah,
lot
yeah,
of
that's true.
these
That's
are
true.
two
That's
quarterbacks that
true.
have been playing with, I want to say,
Yeah,
half their team for more than
yeah. For a while, well, that's it. Yeah, yeah. So
so.
shout out also to from the Hustlers, Felix Guerin, La Joie, 36 TDs, Adam Malinoff, a guy I'm a big fan of, Son and Deli Legions, 35 TDs, Rafael Cameron,
Well,
34. It's
something
tight,
to
tight
look
race.
at here, right? So if Adam decides to, right now he's 3 touchdowns behind
That's Simone.
Simo
Yep, yep,
and Tyler. Uh,
yep.
Tyler has 1 game extra played though, so
Right,
I'm not looking at the
right.
rest of it. So I mean, if Adam decides to
Yes.
throw for, let's just say Simo ends up having not a bad day, but if Adam can kind of catch up a bit on touchdowns thrown, I think
Yeah.
the fact only and no INTs, I think that's kind of the bend breaker. But let's just say
Oh
Adam
yeah, yeah,
throws for like okay, I have a question for you, right? Do
yeah.
you think it's more impressive to throw? He does have over 100 yards extra, right? So I'll add the 100 yards and I'll add 3 touchdowns. So let's just say let's just say Simo ends the season throwing. Let's just say he was 5.55. He ends up going 53 touchdowns.
Okay,
Let's just say 9 INTs
okay.
and yards. I don't really know, but let's just say X amount of yards. Oh,
It's got to be
100
close
more
to
than
60.
Adam. And then Adam
Okay,
has, instead of having 53, he has
like 50. Let's say.
50,
Okay.
4 INTs, and then 100 yards less. So pretty much Simo's beating him by 100 yards more and then 3 touchdowns, but
You
he's
get
throwing
Adam.
5 more INTs.
It's an easy answer for me. I get the quarterback of the year award to Adam Malinoff if that's the case. Uh, 5 less interceptions is a lot less interceptions. So let's be honest. Okay, and not to say that 53 touchdowns compared to 50 is nothing because that's not nothing, but five less ints is five less times you're turning the ball over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I would give it to Adam, not decidedly, but I think
Yeah,
I
I
still
would
with
say the
Adam.
same thing. I think it's very impressive for guys for not throwing as many INTs because right now Simone and Tyler are basically throwing one INT a game, and Adam is throwing Adam's throwing one INT every second game. So, and at the end of the day, that becomes from winning a playoff when it comes to playoffs or winning a game. That becomes from winning a game and losing a game.
Right. Yeah, well, that's exactly it. Let me ask you: do you put more emphasis on yards passed? Well, sorry, passing yards, or do you put it on touchdowns?
Yards, pass, or touchdowns. Yards, pass, or touchdowns. I would have to say touchdowns
Okay. Okay.
because yards pass at the end of the day, right? A yards pass, you could throw a 2 yard pass to someone and they could pretty much score. When you throw a touchdown, like you physically have to throw. But it's like the same thing. I don't know actually. What I
Well,
just
you
said.
throw a 5 yard hook and the guy
They
breaks
just
it for
score. Yeah,
35
exactly.
yards. That's
So I mean,
it's
like,
still a 5 yard hook that you're
yeah,
throwing.
exactly. So I don't know, but I don't. Depending on the, I answered. I was like, okay, I'm back. Okay, that's the defense because we do the same thing, But
All right.
I don't know. I plead the fifth. I plead the
All
fifth.
right. All right.
Yeah, I think we can go to Division Three.
Sure. No,
Sorry,
we did
Division
tier two.
Tier Two. Tier Two.
Yeah,
Sorry,
tier two.
I'm in my winter phase here.
I feel you. That's why I said Division Six before when we first started. Like Division Six, I'm like, wait a second, no, it's fall. There's only five tiers. But anyways, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm with you
So
on that. I'm with you.
Tier Two, we have 7 teams.
Yep.
Again, same thing as we said last week. One team doesn't make playoffs. We kind of said it's going to be Mongoose versus Les Fleurs, Les
Reverse
Verges
fall.
Flory.
Yep.
I didn't scorekeep any of these games, but just kind of looking at the schedule, we only had one team that played, and that was KGP
Yeah. What I say. Yeah. Exactly.
Originals
Yeah.
versus Camping Boutte.
Yeah.
Camping takes the win, 25-18. Low scoring game, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume that both these teams would have scored more, especially with both these quarterbacks. But we don't. It happens. But again, bad loss for KGP, good loss for Campi Butte. They pretty much just solved. They pretty much just um, sealed their playoff spot. I think with 5-1, I think they're in now.
Yeah.
I don't. Mongoose technically could go win their next four, and it doesn't even matter because they have 4 games left. They'll be 5-5, but their points against are going to be higher than Canabute. So pretty much with that win, they pretty much secured a playoff spot. Same thing for Idaho. So we're pretty much looking at Flag Slayer Corp, Heart 8, KGP Originals, and they Verge Full and Mongoose. But I personally think it's going to be odd. I think it's going to be Mongoose or the Verge Floor that are going to be fighting for this last playoff spot.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be them for sure. But interestingly enough, so this Sunday is a rematch. KGP Origins against Kapabute again, also in Chateauguay like it was last week. It is looking here. So I will say I did put out an article for tier
Yeah, I
two.
saw that. Posted
There
like
you
two
go.
hours ago. I saw that.
Yeah, yeah. It
I
was
think
supposed
you
to. I
also,
actually.
I think
Sorry.
you linked it to the wrong website at
No, no,
first.
no, no, no. Okay, so this is what happened. Okay, so now with the whole switch to the websites, I can't publish it myself. So actually, what happens is for the articles, you have to send it to Rob. Shout out to Rob Campana. Rob posted. So I finished the article. I'm not gonna lie, 2 o'clock this morning. I sent it to Rob. I didn't expect Rob to post it at 2 in the morning. So he got it, I guess, whenever he woke up. He was at work. So he published it. And then I copied the link as I usually do. It's weird. It happened during the spring season. What I used to do when I did articles is I would go onto the website, go into the URL, take it, and post it on the Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
Sometime in the spring season, that stopped working. So what I'd have to do is that I have to email the article to myself and then take that link and post it on the Facebook group. And so I did that today when I was at work. And then I thought everything was cool. I'm like, all right, article's up. More people could read it instead of just leaving it on the FPF website. And then Rob hit me up. I was about 4 o'clock. So the kids were leaving at work, and I was like, all right, getting some stuff ready before going to the gym. And he's like, hey man, you posted the wrong thing. And I was like, huh? And so I went and I checked, and I go, okay, it wasn't linking there at all. So then I redid it again. I directly sent it the web page from the website to the Facebook group. And as far as I know, it's working. Unless you're telling me otherwise, maybe it's not
No,
working.
you're
Maybe.
good. It just I saw you do it
Okay.
twice. That's
Okay.
how
Yeah, yeah, I did it twice. Yeah, yeah, because I thought everything was cool when I did it. When I did it this morning, because usually before we'd be able to in the publisher with the Word thing for articles that with the old website, I could publish it myself. I would choose the pictures. I would then, as soon as I publish it online, I would copy the link for it and then post it myself on Facebook. So it takes usually about 3 to 4 minutes for all that to work, and everything is good. I'm good to go. This thing again, we're sending it to Rob now because of League Suite. At first, I was talking to Rob. It's going to be worked out soon, so everyone that's writing can just go back to the old school way of
Yeah.
publish it themselves. But until then, anyways, more importantly, there's an article out. Go read it. Tier two. I apologize for the wait. There you go. I have something for you guys. I'm trying for this weekend. I don't think it's going to happen, but for sure next week I will have something for you guys 100%.
There you go. So looking at the schedule for next week, we have a big game: Liberge Full versus Mongoose. That's gonna be a
Yep.
huge game.
Yep.
Hamid Brute versus Hard Eight, not really big. Hard Eight versus Mongoose. That's gonna be a big game. And
Mm-hmm.
Idaho Uda Pimps versus Flag Sarah Corp. It's gonna be whatever. It's not gonna. It's not. I don't think it's a. Maybe just
I mean,
standings. On
well, standings, yeah, right. Because I mean, like right now, like Hard Eight, Flag Slayer Corp, and KGP Origins, they all have 6 points, right? So
yeah, exactly. So more
who's going to
standings.
finish third, fourth, and fifth? That's the
Yeah.
big thing. There.
Who don't you want to play during playoffs? Kind of that thing. But again, I think a lot of these teams are. I think like a lot of teams are kind of the same talent ish. I don't think it's like a huge deal. How I kind of see at the end of the day, you're gonna have to play everybody.
Yeah,
So it is what it is. I guess having the first seed does help you play the bottom seed because I guess the first seed, unless there's no buys, the first seed would play Mongoose or the Verge Floor, one of those two teams. But
I think it's
yeah,
I think
one
it's the top
versus
six
six,
teams.
two
Yeah, we
versus
one versus
five.
six.
Oh, then but it doesn't make any sense. So I think maybe the one seed gets a bye, and there'll be two versus six, three versus. Oh wait, let me think.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
at the end of
two
the day,
versus
if you go 2, 4, 6, it means there's only three teams left. So I think
yeah.
maybe 1 and 2 get buys, 3 versus 6, 4 versus 5, and then it goes 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3. I think the first two teams are going to get buys. That's what kind of I think that would make the most sense.
Yeah, be nice if
I guess they're kind of fighting for buys. So I guess it kind of matters. Flagstaff Corp is still kind of going to buy. Hardy has a chance to get a buy. Then the next three, they really can't defeat to kind of lose. And KGP, unfortunately, you guys cannot get a buy anymore. You'll be 5-5, but you'll definitely lose against the points against. All right, so there's that. Uh, if
let's go to tier
again,
one.
if you had to take a team out of playoffs, would you give it to LeVerge Floor or would you think Mongoose? Like, which team do you think don't think you to make playoff game?
I think Mongoose. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, Mongoose has a better roster. I'm more familiar with all their players, having played with some of those guys and against them. Livers, I mean, I respect their team again. Like same problem as last year, right? I mean, they're when they get all their lineup on the field, they're a threat, but it's
Mhm.
getting all the guys there. But I would say just because Mongoose, I mean, they had a horrible showing in the finals this past summer season. I would still put my money on them to kind of get that last playoff spot over Virtual, just because I think right now I think Mongoose has the better quarterback, and top to bottom, I think they do have the better roster. I'm just
Yeah,
looking quickly to see if they played each other in the regular season. So they did. So the Verge Flow actually beat Mongoose week 7, so pretty much like a week ago, 27-18. So that's something to keep in mind. Do they play each other actually? So rematch, yeah, coming up, yeah, on Sunday
yeah, it's coming up.
in
Yeah,
Chateauguay. Yeah. So you know what I'll say? The winner of that game is going to get that last playoff spot.
okay. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's kind of weird for Mongoose too. We talked about before.
So
They
bad.
made Division 2 finals
Yeah.
in winter, and then
Yeah.
they come to Tier 2,
Yeah.
which is kind of a downgrade compared to Division 2 winter, and then they're struggling the way they are. I know
True.
they did lose Marvin. We kind of talked about that, but they
Yeah.
added 200 players
Yeah.
to the
They
roster.
got Mac.
So
Yeah. Well.
yeah,
Yeah.
they
That's it.
shouldn't be sure. They should be at least in the middle of the pack, at least 3 and 4, 4 and 3, like between
But
that.
yeah,
They
that's
should
it.
be
Yeah.
five.
That's
So
it.
hopefully
Although
they could. Sorry, what were you saying?
no, that's the same. Sorry, I just want to sorry, interrupt you. So in that match where Liverpool did beat Magus, Nick Schaefer wasn't there. It was Thomas Couture who was playing
No.
quarterback.
Yes, he's been playing quarterback for the past couple games. To be honest with you,
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah. Three
maybe
TDs,
Nick's
three
hurt or
INTs.
something. You never know.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, they're gonna need him to get that W. And also, so in that game, so Emile Chateauvert, right, who we're talking about later, he was there along with Guillaume Bellon. They played for Liverpool, so that's obviously a huge difference when you have Emile Chateauvert
Yeah,
in the lineup. Yeah.
those are two guys that definitely could win you a game. Okay, so let's go tier one. Tier one. So I believe we have. So we have 7 teams in tier one.
Mhm.
Child Please gets their first win of the season versus Party Crashers,
Yep.
22-18. So good. Welcome to the division on your first win. You had William Power that went 19
Yep.
for 29, 164 yards, 3 INTs, and 0 picks.
So
Um,
yeah, yeah, and no points in the second half. That
yeah,
22-18 was all in the first half. Well, 22 points for them was all in the first half.
no points. I mean, shout out to their defense. The fact that they only let Party
Yep.
Crashers score 18 points.
Yep.
Child Please is a team that I think they're allowing like 40 points per game. So the fact they let Party Crashers with Jean Slee as Q with a lot of guys backing him, a lot of athletes, the
Hmm.
fact they only allowed him to score 18, I mean, it's
Yeah.
a huge deal for this defense. It's a huge first win of the season because we kind of talked about before one team doesn't make playoffs and it looked like they were the team that's not going to make playoffs, right? So the fact that they got that one win, and now they're maybe they get kind of things rolling. If you're looking at their schedule, they have Royal Infantry and Easy W.
Yep.
So I mean, not the easiest schedule. I think the easiest game is Easy W, but Easy W is also a team that's struggling. That's 1-4 as well. And I'm pretty sure Easy W schedule doesn't get easier. They play Braves. They play. Oh, they have actually have a big grade. They have a big break. Their next game is November 8th, and before that, wait. I don't want to. Does that make sense?
No, November 15th, their next game. Because
Easy W.
yeah, easy. No, so Child Please, like they're off. Like so, they beat, like you said, they beat Party Crashers.
Yeah,
Their next game is November 15th, and then the 16th as well.
yeah. But I feel like Easy W hasn't played in a month.
For sure, we check it out right
Um,
here.
if you look at ECW's schedule, they're allowed. Sorry, so they play October. ECW plays October 26th. Their last game was
Okay.
October 12th. Sorry for that. So they don't
Well, October
they
26th
play
already passed.
Royal. They play Royal this Sunday coming up, and then they
Yeah.
play Braves, and they play Vultures, and they play Party Crashers, and they play Child Please. So their
Yeah.
last game, you might have, we depending how ECW plays. Do I think they're going to be Royal? No. Braves? No. Vultures, depending on the roster.
Yeah.
Um, and then they play Party Crashers. I don't think they're going to win that. And they play Child Please. So we might see a last game playoff push for both of these teams. And it might come down to
And
whoever with that last game is going to make
and
playoffs.
and don't forget also so the fact so they played each other already right in week 6. ECW beat Child Please 31
Yeah,
to 26, right? So
exactly.
if they finish tied with the same record, then they get into the whole point differential, right?
Mm-hmm.
After that,
Yeah.
ECW
And
beat them by
then
5, so we'll see what
mhm.
happens.
And then Braves are 7-1. Infantry is 6-2. I think playoffs. Sorry, that's my dog. I think Braves. I think playoffs is kind of the same segment how it's gonna work. Um, I think the top 2 teams get a bye, and then it's gonna go 3 versus 6, and then 4 versus 5, and then 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3.
Yeah.
If you check the playoff breakdown, it's not there. But that's what I believe it's going to be. I'm going to talk to Ben and ask him, and then we'll
Yeah,
be able to tell you guys for next week to kind of see how.
yeah, so yeah, we'll get all the playoff stuff ready for next week because crunch time is This year, right? We're pretty much in the home stretch of the regular season right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
October's coming to
Um,
an end.
I actually did. I score kept tier one. I got to see Party
Okay.
Crashers versus Vultures.
Okay.
It was a good game. But Party Crashers won 40-31. They just had a bit more firepower. Ben played great. He didn't have that many guys. To kind of, he didn't have his cast wasn't the best, but he kind of did what he had to do. And then I subbed in. So Party Crashers won that game 40-31,
Yeah.
and then I subbed for Infantry versus the Braves, and they won 36-31. But I played
Nice.
quarterback for Infantry. I had a pretty good game though, if I don't say myself. I
Yeah, see
went
right here. All right, not
I
bad.
went
Five TDs.
16 for 26, 206 yards and 5 TDs and no INTs. So
Nice.
I mean, not bad. Ran 4 times 50 yards. So I was pretty proud of myself. I haven't played quarterback in over I want to say a year. So
Okay.
it felt good. Felt good slinging the ball. You know, got feeling some
How,
catches like that. I'm
how,
accurate.
how, how was it like playing against Isaiah Allard as a
It
rusher?
was he came late. Again, a lot of people came late, but it was I don't mind for Isaiah. I don't mind when he rushes me because I feel comfortable with my legs. You know, so
Yeah.
it was to a point where I think I was running right, going back left, running right, doing shit. Like I was kind of just. It's like when you're kind of back in the day when you're kind of playing. I want to say like basketball, and you're kind of just outside. And you're just making like a bunch of moves,
Okay.
like,
Okay.
for no reason. Or if you're playing video games, you're just like you're with the joystick and you're just like spamming it, like on like Twitch. Like, wait, all right, are you playing
Yeah.
2K? You're just kind of just going like. That's literally what I was doing back, forth, back. He was trying to deflag me, but he couldn't catch me, you know. So, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. But they
Nice.
ended up winning that game, 36-31. But we didn't score the second half. No, we scored the second half, but we scored at the end. But no, it was fun. It was a good game.
We're
But
gonna see any more Quaysie at quarterback anytime soon.
maybe winter. Maybe I'll make a Division like 3 team, Division 3 or Division 4.
Okay, nice. There you
Yeah.
go.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for Tier One. Going into this week, we only have one game that's on Saturday in Brossard. I think I'll be scorekeeping that. It's gonna be Vultures versus Royal.
Yep.
So it's gonna be a big game. Oh yeah, well we have Vultures versus Braves tonight, and
Tonight.
then
Yep.
this Saturday we're gonna have Vultures versus Royal. So Vultures kind of have two big games coming up. Hope they're gonna have to try and maybe win at least one of these games just to kind of pull away from Easy W and Child Please, since Vultures only have 2 wins. So if they lose these 2 games, they go 2-6, and it makes Easy W and Child Please one step closer to them if they do end up getting that 1 win. So Vultures could kind of get that one extra win. I think they'll secure their spot officially for playoffs.
All right. Sounds good.
Uh,
So over to women's.
yeah,
Cool. All right. So let's hop over to women's here. So a couple of games took place going back to Saturday. The one for me at least, when it caught my attention was an overtime victory. So She Sparks knocking off Turf Titans 19-18
yeah, I
this
saw
past
that.
Saturday. Yeah, man.
I saw that.
Yeah.
You know, scorekeeping right next to it when I
Yep.
think Icy Hot and McGill were Icy Hot and McGill just finished playing, but they were screaming back and forth. Good win on Cheese Sparks. They were amped. They were happy to get that win. You kind of heard it the whole time. They were loud. It got kind of a little pushy and shovey here and there, you know,
Nice. Good. Good.
but
Good.
well deserved win for Cheese Sparks.
I want to say shout out. I'm just looking here. Shout out to some seeing here that Gabriella Breg at a quarterback. So 244 yards. She had 3 TDs, 2 INTs. Her number one target was Victoria Bouchard. But Bouchard, so she got the game tying touchdown on the final play of the game to send it to OT. She had a hell of a game. 10 catches, 101 yards, and a touchdown. Unfortunately, can't see who got the winning score. And I'm gonna, you know what, I'm going to assume it's Victoria Bouchard here. And look at the converse right here. It says Victoria Bouchard got an extra point one. I'm hoping that's an overtime one. If it's not, I apologize if someone else got the extra point for the W. But Listen, two teams on the come up, right? Two teams that are kind of finding their way. Again, they started women's three this past spring and summer. And listen, congrats to all the ladies here, and again a big win for She Sparks 19-18. It's pretty solid.
No, for sure. Um, I got to do McGill versus Icy Hot, which was, you know what? McGill impressed me for the first half.
Okay. Yep.
They impressed me for the first half. They were down. It was 7-13, but I think they scored. It was 7-13 in the first half, but I think McGill scored early on in the second half. So at one point it was like 12-13. It was a close game, and then Icy Hot
Right.
kind of just said like, "We're done with you guys," and they scored,
Yeah.
stopped, scored, stopped, scored, and they ended up winning that game 39-20. I also wanted to give a shout out to three players on McGill. First, I want to give a shout out to Lori. She had a crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say yeah.
Yeah, she was like
Wow.
she did a stutter hook and goal like twice, and Genevieve Forte kind of just aired out perfect ball. She got two 40-yard bombs just like that, but she played great. She had a couple of drops in the first half that
Oh, Lori.
we're not used to seeing, but she picked it up second half and she did her job, and she's one of the reasons why they ended up winning that game because it was closer than what it should have been, but they kind of stepped it up. Defense kind of did their job. I believe Virginia Juno called the defense. She called a really good second half defense. There's not a lot of stuff that were pretty much open for McGill. I also want to give a shout out to Chloe Bouchard,
Yep.
Mackie Stansu, and Ophel Richard.
Stat, Status quo. Yeah. Oh,
Uh,
Philly. Yeah. Philly was short. Yeah. She had a big
yeah,
game too. 107 yards.
yeah.
Yeah.
Those three girls they're ballers.
Right.
They're
Yep.
good. I was
Yep.
actually surprised um, how they played. I never seen them play before, but you know how you could kind of sometimes you could see like when someone's just an athlete, like
Yep.
Chloe Blanchard is like
Bouchard.
she's
Yeah.
actually like an act like the way she was able. There was a ball that was kind of just like, or Emily kind of just put it up for her to grab at the highest point, and she
Yep.
just balls in the air, jumped up, highest point, grabbed it, sealed it, two hands, and like I was like, okay, like yeah, she's an athlete, you know. Like sometimes you just could see
Yeah.
from from the get go, and I was just like, okay, she could play, you know. But no, they had a great first half, and second half they just Emily was kind of struggling. I think she threw two INTs in the second half. I want to say, but they surprised me. To be honest, I thought McGill was not worse than what I thought they were, but they 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 could be so much better. Is what I'm getting at. They
Right.
can be so
Yeah.
much
Yeah.
better, and there's a lot of improvement. And you kind of can see the improvement. You know, they came. I believe they were about like 13 girls. I want to say or 12 girls. You know, so they had to
Wow.
cycle
Okay.
back and forth. But
Okay.
again, progress. You know, it isn't everything that's coming at once. And I think by every single time they play a game, every time they have the practices, every season they're just going to get better. They're not going to get worse. So that was
100%. 100%. Um, Yeah, I'm just looking at these numbers here, like you're talking about. So I just want to go back to Lori for a second. So I know Lori, we had a chance to talk to her on Monday. She's super happy. I know. So usually she's number two. I know her teammate Annie Tires, like I said, she wears number two for this team. So I know Lori said, okay, I'll wear number 18. So Lori is super happy about wearing number 18, and I keep on telling her all the time the 18 is looking pretty good. The 18 is looking pretty good. She's like, she I think going forward, she said for the rest of her FPF career, she's done with number two. She's like number two. That she goes, I'm over that number. Number 18, Lori, looking solid there. Good job, Lori. Number 18. That's her new name, number 18. Not Lori Willette, number 18. Solid.
why 18 though. Who's 18?
I don't know. That's what I asked her, and she says she loves the number. She's like 18 for life now.
I don't
18.
know.
1-8. Representing the 1-8. Good job, Lori.
I don't know anyone that wears number. I don't at
Well,
all.
now we do. It's Lori.
Yeah,
1-8. Solid.
at least someone finally took it.
Anybody can have number two. Salbo number 18. There you go.
I guess so. Going
Good times.
into the standings which is still kind of confusing because I don't know how the standings work. It says 2 teams don't make playoffs, but I don't think it's gonna. I don't think that's gonna be the thing. So we'll kind of talk about that next week. We'll kind of see what Ben actually says or how the playoff breakdown is gonna work. Looking at the schedule for this week, we actually have a rematch again. I think this is game 4.
I
We
see
have
how
Icy
chaos.
Hot versus Chaos.
Yep.
That
Tonight.
should be good.
Going
Yeah,
on tonight.
Icy Hot is up 2-1 right now. So hopefully Chaos could get this win, make it a 2-2, and then I think they're probably gonna see each other in the finals this year. So it'll be kind of cool. 2-2 in the season, and then whoever basically it's like whoever wins the last game is gonna win the championship, right? Or whoever wins the last game wins the championship. They kind of beat each other.
That's how that works.
So interesting.
Also, so She Sparks and Turf Titans are going at it again this Saturday.
Yeah, exactly. Same spot. Raw started a bit earlier though. They're gonna play at 8 p.m. instead of 11 p.m. So maybe that changes a bit. Maybe that changes something. You know.
Yep.
I find it crazy playing a game after 11 p.m. I guess at least it's on a Saturday.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Not like on a Tuesday or a Monday. You know. Again, I was with you and at Saint Laurent on Monday. We played Monday. Yeah, I played on Monday. It was at 10 p.m. Finished at 11 p.m. By the time we kind of left, it was like 11:30 ish. Almost like midnight. So it's late. Then we have, but going back to the schedule, week 9. So we again rematch. And we said She Sparks for Turf Titans, Chaos versus the Rock versus Wolfpack, and then McGill versus Icy Hot. So we have some good games coming up. When we find out how playoffs is going to work, we'll definitely be able to talk about it and kind of see who has to do what. But as of right now, we are not sure. So hopefully everyone just kind of balls out every week. And again, we're kind of here to win games. So
I'm hoping to see the Rock put forward a better effort. They got smoked by the Wolfpack 34-6 on Sunday. So rematch coming up Monday night. Actually, I'm gonna be doing that game in Saint Laurent. So I'll be the scorekeeper for the Rock against Wolfpack. I'm hoping for a better showing from the Rock because these ladies are talented. For sure. They didn't put their best foot forward against the Wolfpack on Sunday. So I'm hoping this coming Monday in Saint Laurent to be a bit closer of a contest.
Mm-hmm. Let's go co-ed
3. Yeah.
So I didn't do any co-ed. I did hear about Mavericks playing route runners. They won 62-22. So they just kind of we kind of figured who's the clear winner for co-ed 3. It should be Mavericks. The only team that's going to be able to contest them is Incredibles. Incredibles also played last week as well. They played Delicious and Delicious. They won 34-18, so a bit of a closer game. Do you feel like Mavericks should have went co-ed 2 this year?
Yes, 100%. Without a doubt, 100%. Yeah. There's not much else to say, honestly. You look at the rest. Listen, the Incredibles. They're led by they have some studs on their team. Adam Malinoff is on that team, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check here. Yeah, it's Adam Malinoff. I know Nick Zararatos, pardon me. Devin Salin, those guys are doing their thing. But you can make the argument maybe they should be in co-ed 2 as well.
Exactly, for Incredibles as well. Someone was talking to me. It was pretty much they're kind of saying that the guys for Incredibles are better than the guys from the Mavericks, but the girls from the Mavericks are way better than the girls.
No, that's true. That's 100% true. That's 100% true.
When they do end up playing versus each other in the finals, I wonder how game plans
are going to work out.
Done in that situation. Again, you have Xavier Couture. He's probably one of the best athletes out of those two teams together. But after him, it's like who's the next guy? I think Diego plays on Mavericks as well too.
He does, yeah. Diego.
But again, he's not bad either. But I feel like as someone is saying, the guys are better and the girls are better. But it's the point after they changed the rule where they have three girls in the field, 3 guys in the field. The girls do so much more. So you can't get away with having bad girls anymore. When it was 4 guys in the field and
Yeah,
2 girls
yeah,
in the
yeah.
field, you're able to get away with it. But now it gets a bit trickier, and you kind of need girls to kind of step up for you, and they have to be way more involved. So that's the big difference between
It's true.
right now and the new rule that we have. Going to next week, we have Incredibles versus Delicious, and then we have Mavericks versus Big Steppas. So a rematch for Incredibles and Delicious, and then Mavericks is playing Big Steppas, which should be a bit chirpy. Big Steppas is a team where they're not a bad team. I think they're also getting kind of used to it. They have a lot of bad play calls and just a lot of bad busts. So I think every week for them it's a learning step. They're just gonna get better. So, but they come through with their A game every single game. They have a big roster. They have a big crowd. So that game should be interesting. I do think the Mavericks are gonna win, and then Incredibles should take care of Delicious as the rematch. So I think that's all we have for week 9. And if we're looking at playoffs, um, standings, playoffs. I believe everyone. Oh, one team doesn't make playoffs actually, so it's Route Runners versus Big Steppas. I think those are the 2 teams that are probably struggling. Maybe Delicious too, depending on. Did they play? Wait, let me just. Well, no, sorry, no, they're not going to struggle. They're going to stay at number 3. So let me out of Route Runners and Big Steppas to see who's going to get that last playoff spot, and then I believe it's going to be 1 versus 4 and then 2 versus 3. And then we should see Incredibles versus Mavericks in the finals for co-ed 3.
Unless the unthinkable happens, but yeah, right. I mean, it's I don't want to say it's set in stone because anything can happen, but chances are it is what it is.
Yeah. Good chance. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, good chance.
Let's hop over to co-ed 2.
Yeah, co-ed 2.
So one.
Oh yeah, so I did co-ed 2.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And we were kind of talking. I was actually kind of talking about Dante Girardi.
Yeah, Girardi. Yeah.
I was talking to. So he had a great game in Tier 4.
Yeah.
Great game.
But not so much in co-ed 2.
Comes to co-ed 2, and he's like a whole new person. And he was kind of talking to us after. He's like, "Oh, I play like ass." And I'm like, "Yes, you did." It's like he was seeing ghosts on the field. It was like I was like, "This is the same guy that was just throwing dimes before?" But like they had a bad game. They ended up playing double dip. Yep. They lost 48-26. Mm-hmm. But again, he knew he had a bad game. But like it didn't help the fact that he was down on himself the whole time. Like from start to finish, like not start to finish, from like basically start to finish after the first drive, second drive, he was pretty much out of it, which like Tea Party was 7-0 going into this game, or 6-0. I want to say, yeah, they were 6-0 going into this game. They were pretty much leading the division, and then they play a Tea Party team. They play a double dip team that was 3-3, and they got smoked. And don't get me wrong, Double Dip played a great game. They didn't have their quarterback there, so they played Nathan Tran. Tran played as their quarterback. Yeah. He was mobile on his legs, so it did kind of help. But Double Dip, Tea Party definitely did not look like a 6-0 team, and they kind of know it. Dante threw 3 INTs that game. Ben tried his best to kind of save them a bit. He had a lot of checkdowns to Ben, kind of getting as much yard as possible, but it just wasn't enough. Emma wasn't used that much at all. Lori had one big catch. She had I think it was a corner route, I want to say, or a post corner like that. She had a big catch for a touchdown, but Emma had 1 catch for 1 target, so definitely something that has to change. Yeah. She's been killing it for her team, so definitely see more targets there. Same thing for his brother as well, too. He had 1 target with 0 catches. But yeah, no, he didn't not the best game from Tea Party. They got sick ass jerseys too, and then they also did like some pajama pants thing. They were wearing like pajama pants. How you see kind of teams wearing pajama pants. It's kind of weird. Yeah. So they had that going the first half. First half, it was 35-20, and they ended up taking it off. So I don't think it was going too well for them. So they kind of said, okay, like, we got to change things up. But by then it was kind of too late, and they ended up losing 48-26. So big win for Double Dip, and Tea Party's gonna have to go back to the drawing board and get a win for next week.
Yeah, Tea Party looks like they stayed in bed there with the pajama pants.
Yeah, that's exactly it. We actually have a game tonight. We have Shakira's
Yep.
versus
Yeah,
FlagPlus.
Flagzilla. Yep.
Yeah, so that should be interesting.
Short,
And
short,
then
turn, short turnaround actually for Flagzilla because they're back in action Saturday actually in Broussard,
yeah,
taking on Double Dip.
yeah, that's exactly it. Looking at the standings, um, everyone makes playoffs. So hopefully Shakira could get their first win of the season. Right now they're 0-6, and Flagzilla maybe they'll get 2 wins here as well. Well, I mean, well, yeah, if Flagzilla get 2 wins well, they could kind of jump up into the standings. That'd be pretty good for them, but I guess we're gonna have to wait and see.
Yep. All right, let's go to co-ed one.
Code one is actually insane.
Yeah, I
Code one
mean,
is actually
look at the schedule, right? Take a look at the schedule right now. I mean, you got no games going on tonight, surprisingly, but I mean, you actually only have like 3 games. It's weird because you only have like 3 games going on this week. But you look at the teams, right? Kiss My End Zone, like Gare de Took, Saturday in Broussard. You have Sunday in Laval, right? In the afternoon, the merge against Fit Squad. And then you have Sunday afternoon as well in Laval, the Gare de Took once again now taking on, well, Lego My Flag, right? So three
mm,
big games taking place over the next couple of days for Co-ed 1.
yeah. And then if you look at standings, right? We're only 5 teams in this division. One
Yep.
team doesn't make playoffs, right?
Yep.
But everyone is pretty much super close. So you have Lego My Flag that's leading with 4-3. You have Nituk that are 4-3. You have Fit Squad that are 3-4. You have Kiss My End Zone that are 3-4, and then you have the Merge that are 3-4. You know, so it's to a point where everyone's Kiss My End Zone, yeah, sorry, Kiss My End Zone three and
Yeah.
three with 6 games played. So they have Kiss My End Zone is the one team that has 1 game less played, but everyone is literally right next to each other. If you lose a week and another team wins a week, you end up becoming in second, and you can drop down to fifth. That's literally what
Exactly.
happened to Merge. The Merge was I think was in second. They end up just losing yesterday or on Monday, and they dropped down to fifth. So it's going to be very interesting next couple weeks. Um, I thought Fifth Squad was the one team that's going to be kind of out looking in, but they had a great game last week versus Kiss Menzo. I think they won 42-20.
42-24. Yeah.
Yeah,
42-24. They
so
blew them out.
shout out to them. You know, it's to a point where all those games mattered. You know, like to a point where they could have lost that game. Like, okay, well, we'll look at it next week. You know, but it's to a point where you don't have it next week. Like everyone has to make a statement early on. You know, they took. I think they started 4-0 and they lost the last three. You know, we kind of were saying. I was kind of saying that they might finish 4-6. They might lose the next 3 games. You know, especially the teams that they're playing against, and it's to a point where it's no one's going to play to lose. Like it's pretty much everyone. I think everyone kind of realizes the way the standings work. Like every game right now is a playoff game because
Yeah, well, yeah, yeah.
you don't have the privilege to kind of drop one. Because if you drop one and the 2 teams under you or ahead of you win one, you become one step further of catching up or one step back of dropping down. So I think it's very interesting. I find it also super cool how this division is kind of turning up on no one's like dominating. You don't see like a team that's 8-1 or 8-0 and everyone else is kind of just struggling. And you have a really bad team, you have a really good team. You know that would kind of like make things kind of boring. But it's to a point where you have the defending champs for 2 years. The Mercs are 3-4, and they're at the bottom of the list. Like, can you imagine the Mercs don't make playoffs? And it's to a point where, okay, well, you guys won last season, you won the season after, and then you guys lose in the fall season. You guys don't even make playoffs. So it's going to be entertaining to kind of see how it's gonna end up happening.
That's just gonna stick out. That's it. Yeah. Yeah,
I'm excited for it. And then
100%. What, sorry, and that's it. Like we were saying before, about one of the earlier divisions, right? Like that it's parity, and it goes like, and it speaks to the fact that like every game is important. I know some guys or some girls, I mean, week one, week two, week three, okay, not the end of the world. Now those wins and those losses, they count.
yeah,
That's it comes down to it at the end of the year, right?
yeah, that's exactly it. That's why I also think Merge is kind of realizing that too. The fact that they're 3-4, and they did drop a couple games early on, and it's like, okay, guys, we could kind of bounce back. Well, you guys have 3 games left, and if you don't win at least 2 of your last 3 games, there's a good chance that you're not making playoffs this year. So it's gonna be very interesting.
Yeah,
If we're
100%.
looking if we're looking into this week, again, we kind of said Kismanzo versus the Tuk. That's gonna be a big game. Merge versus Fit Squad, big game. Every game is a big game. There's no small games. One time that maybe we might see something different is probably week 12 on Kissman Zone, because they're basically the team that plays 2 games at the end of the season. So
Mhm.
by week 12, we might kind of see how things kind of shaking up in the division. But until then, until week 11, we're going to see chaos, and we're going to see exactly who's going to be making playoffs and who's not going to be making
Yeah, and it's looking so it's going back to that. They go obviously. Well, you and like on my flight, right? You guys beat the merge. The score was at 41-39. If I'm not mistaken, right? So shout out to you. You had 3 TDs in that game, right? So shout out to you on that big performance there Monday night. I had a
playoffs.
chance I was on the field. I was on the field over, was watching the game. Big stop at the end. It's funny. 'Cause I was talking to Brianna from your team. So I remember her telling me, she's like, I think so. They were going for the for last play of the game. She's like, I think if we lose, I'm gonna start to cry.
Yeah.
Shout out to her on being so forthcoming with that. But obviously, you guys made a big play. This I think it was at Cerebral Beach, right? Got the INT in the end
Yeah,
zone.
yeah. She's
Same
actually
movement.
she's a dog. Like
Yeah,
she's actually like she's probably she's probably the most aggressive female I know that plays
yeah,
flag, but like in a good way, like
yeah,
if it's the point they kind of threw a 50-50 ball to Surge,
yeah,
and she just came out of nowhere and she like just batted it down. And I was just like,
yeah,
exactly. I was like, okay, like she's a baller. I think like I'm actually I enjoy playing with her to the point where she understands. She's a former UCAM athlete
yeah,
player too, and
yeah,
she just
yeah.
I believe she just graduated over there.
Mhm.
So she's not playing there anymore. But the fact that we have on our team is it's nice to see, because I get to make calls and stuff like that, and she understands what she's doing, or she understands the assignment. Sometimes it takes a while for when it comes to when you're playing co-ed and you have certain females on your team. Sometimes it takes a while to kind of
Yeah,
understand what you want, and they end up getting it later on. But like from start to finish, she's locked in, ready to go, and it's to the point where it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if there's a guy lined up on her. It doesn't matter if there's a girl that's 6'1", a guy that's 6'2". She's gonna just play her game, and that's something that
yeah.
it's nice to see, and it's also something nice to watch. So
No, 100%, 100%. But also, give a shout out as well to Maria Masseri. So, was she just subbing for you guys that game,
yeah,
or
so actually she was just
yeah,
with us. We were missing Gabrielle on our team, so she
oh,
wasn't
yeah,
here. So we ended up, and Maya was gonna come late, so we got Maria to come sub for
yeah,
us.
yeah. That's why she was making some plays. I know she had a couple big plays for you guys. I saw a couple big tackles too. I know she had 3 pass deflections as well. Like,
Yeah,
she,
no, she played
she
great. She's a
yeah,
former player from uh, CJ from Patriots.
yeah,
AJ Saint Laurent Patriots. Yeah,
yeah,
she's
yeah.
actually in her season too. She has semifinals this weekend. I believe. So I was kind of surprised the fact that she was there. They did get a bye week, so I guess they didn't have any kind of competitive um, games. So kind of get the mind going when you're kind of playing a competitive game. But hopefully, I'm happy that she didn't get like hurt or anything like that, and she'd be good to go for Saturday with AJ.
Give a shout out. I also want to give a shout out as well to so Maya. So I was talking to her dad Gino. So like I said, they came late. So he was telling me it was kind of like a whirlwind. Last couple of days, they were in Dallas for a tournament.
Yeah, they
Uh, Pardon?
No, sorry, I'm talking to my dog.
Oh, no worries.
He's talking as well.
Yeah, I heard him in the background.
Yeah,
Miss his weekly appearance. He wants to head
yeah.
outside. He's like,
Sorry,
what's going on with
I'm
this
gonna
podcast business?
I'm gonna. You could keep talking. I can hear you. I'm just gonna take
Yeah,
him out.
no worries. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, so shout out to Maya and the pops Gino. So they were saying that they told me they were in Dallas for a tournament this past week. And I apologize. I can't remember the name of the tournament. They came in second, losing a heartbreaker there. So he's telling me he was taking her all over Dallas. Uh, they were playing at AT&T. I think it's AT&T Stadium when the Cowboys play. I'm such a Cowboys hater. I should know this. The Jerry Dome. So they were there, and he was telling her he took her, sightseeing. Got to see where JFK was assassinated, and doing this and doing that, all in a matter of like 2 or 3 days. So shout out to good parenting, and shout out to Maya who came a little late for the game, but it's all good. She made her appearance and helped you guys get the W.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And Maya also plays with Maria as well. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
But okay, that's it for co-ed one. So we go to
Well,
five.
I will say quickly. So I see the Lori. Well, obviously, I know she plays for the merge. So I'm gonna say it's quite possible the merge lost because Lori was already number 2 instead of her favorite number 18.
There you
That,
go.
that,
That's
that's
probably it.
my hypothesis.
Shout out to you, Lori.
There you go. Got to rep the 1-8. Come on now. All right. So 5v5 now.
Yeah,
All right. 5v5
I have
indeed.
the notifications for the baseball game for Toronto.
Oh, right.
And
Cool.
Toronto started off with back-to-back home runs, so we're up 2-0.
All right. So you know what? So on Monday, so going to Saint Laurent, I was listening to the game. So it was game 3. The base running errors by Toronto. Like, listen, they're up 2-0 right now, top of the first, like, because of the home runs. Uh, Tonight could be a World Series winning game if they don't screw around on the base paths. In game 3, but they redeemed themselves yesterday. In game
Mm-hmm.
4, shoved the Vladdy, big home run off of Shohei Ohtani. Uh, I mean, I don't know. Listen, I'm pulling for the Jays. I won't be mad if the Dodgers win. This is like a great World Series so far. I
Yeah,
think.
no, it's good. Also, the thing I'm happy about that Toronto won yesterday, so they get to play 2 games at home no matter what. So
What? Yeah, that's it. The structure, the 2-3-2 setup, right? And
yeah,
shout out to those guys. 18 innings. Like I tried to stay up to 18. I made it to like 16 and I passed out. I
I
was like,
made
all
the
right,
well.
yeah.
I made the 13 and I went to sleep.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
It was a
I
lot. And then I found out Freeman hit a home run. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, man. Like, listen, I tried to. Listen. I'm a Freddie Freeman fan. I will say at work I was dying the next day. I know a buddy of mine. He's a diehard fan. He went to game 1 and 2 in Toronto. Like he was at he was at games 1 and 2 in Toronto. And he's like, I made it. I think he made it to inning 18. I think, or I can't remember. No, he said he fell asleep about maybe 10 minutes before the home run was hit. So I guess he made it to inning 17. Shout out to Rob. So Rob Campana, he was there for game 1. Him and Iggy, so shout out to Iggy as well. I know they made it to game 1. I'm not sure if they made it to game 2, but I know they were there for sure for game 1 of the World Series. And it's a great World Series, man. It's an awesome story right
Yeah,
now.
you get to see 2 great baseball players. They also say one that's
That's
pretty
it.
much they
That's it.
said the best baseball player in our time. So
Yeah, it's
the
true.
fact
It's
you
true.
got to watch that, it's something that you're never gonna forget.
100%. 100%.
So intermediate 5v5, we had 3 games this week. 3 games. Well, there's 4 games this week, but we
Mhm.
saw 3. We saw the Pack is back versus Blue Dry. Blue Dry takes that one 38-34. Pack is back plays backfield penetration, so they kind of get a back-to-back game. They played on Saturday and then they played on Sunday. They won that 33-31, and then Blue Dry played Green Monster where they ended up winning that game 42-31. I
Yep.
actually got to. Did I score? For some reason, I feel like I score kept the Pack is back. Or maybe that was last week. So never mind. I was gonna say I score kept, but I think that was last week I score kept. But I lost my train of
Yeah,
thought.
yeah, 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 no, yeah. You were saying you scored the Packers back against Blue Dry. You said, yeah, I think you did that on the
Yeah, yeah. So I think that was
18th. Yeah,
last week I did
yeah,
that. It wasn't this
yeah, the
week.
18th. Yeah, yeah.
But those things. Then we have backflip penetration versus Griffin Nation. That's going to be
Nation right now.
happening tonight at 9:15. So 1 hour from now.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of just looking at the standings to kind of look at it again. One team doesn't make the playoffs right now. Griffin Nation's kind of the team that's looking out, 1-5, and then their closest person next to them is penetration.
Penetration,
Penetration.
backfield penetration.
That's they're 2-3 with 5 games played, so still a lot of football left with a lot of these teams. You have Blue Dry that's kind of leading command at 6-2. Pack is back that's 5-4, and then Green Monster right in between the middle that's 3-3. I'm kind of surprised that Pack backfield is 2-3. I felt like they're going to be I felt like they were supposed to be one of the dominant teams going into the season, but it seems like they're kind of struggling a bit. I know their roster hasn't been totally they're consistent, so they're kind of having a bit of roster troubles. Hopefully, they're able to kind of bounce back. Guys are coming back from injury or vacation, stuff like that, and they kind of have a full roster. I'm not worried for them not to make playoffs. I think Griffin Nation's the team that's kind of struggling the most. They allowed 238 points in 6 games, so it's pretty much the most points in this division compared to Packers back allowed 235 in 9 games, and Blue Dry allowed 246 with 8 games. So they have 2 games over them, but again, the difference is only 8 points. So I'm not worried for backfield penetration to not make playoffs, but I feel like they need to kind of start winning games to kind of get into that playoff mode instead of going into it like the fact where we go 3-7, we're probably going to make playoffs, but it's to a point. Yeah, you made playoffs, but you're going to play versus the best team, and then you're on a losing streak. So I think they kind of have to get their things together and start winning games.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. Oh, we'll see what
Um,
happens.
so yeah, so hopefully they play Griffin Nation tonight. So I mean, they should win that game. But again, you have to start somewhere, right? So the fact that this should be an easier game for them, they should try to work on some plays, get some stops, get the offense rolling, and get ready for week 10 because they don't play week 9. We have Blue Dry versus Green Monster, but they're back in action in week 10 when they play Griffin Nation again too. So hopefully they could just kind of get those games out the win, get into a positive record because I think that would bring them to 4-3, which is good for them. Because then they play Blue Dry week 11, so they get 2 wins and then they get to play versus the top team in their division. Hopefully they could make an upset there. Because right now I would have figured both these teams are kind of equal, but right now Blue Dry is just in command with the standing of 6-2 right
Yeah, I mean, I mean, listen, that's how it is right now. Listen, 6-2, it is what it is, right? I mean, that record kind of speaks for itself right there.
now.
Again, so like you said, like so, Blue Dry taking on Griffin Nation. Blue Dry is probably taking on actually Green Monster. That's going to be the Sunday in Chattahoochee. So again,
Yeah,
that's going to be big in terms of the standings. So it's funny because like we're looking ahead a little bit. So next Sunday in Laval, it's going to be backfield penetration against Griffin Nation, and then we have Green Monster, Griffin Nation again. That's looking a little bit ahead into the standings for week 10. But like you said, yeah, right now standings wise, a couple of big things coming up here in this division. I mean, I want to say, I guess you could say it's fluid. It's fluid right now. This division right now. I mean, um, no one's running away with it per se. I guess you could say, but you can also make the argument that like things are getting tight right again because we have I want to say one, two, three. Well, yeah, technically 4 weeks left, right?
yeah,
Because yeah, 4 weeks left with this division. So
yeah.
and so things are heating up.
Green Monster backfield and Griffin Nation are going to have to squeeze a couple of their game because Blue Dry and Pack is back, already played 9 games and 8 games. So their season's pretty much almost done. Green
Yeah.
Monster backfield and Griffin Nation has played 6-5. So they're going to have to squeeze in a couple games coming down to the stretch. But it's going to be very
Mhm.
interesting to see the final results. And it's going to be interesting to see if Backfield's going to be able to beat Griffin Nation twice to get into that positive record. They win those 2 games, they go into, I believe, third spot. So that's going to be the start of something. It's going to be very interesting. Um, while we're talking about, since we're here, right? So the rusher for Blue Dry is I want to say his name properly. Cyril Jamal Belfort.
Yeah.
So he
Before,
wrote
yeah.
a post on Instagram, and
One of many. One of many.
so yeah, he writes a lot. Sorry, he wrote a post on Facebook, and he posted the group, and he kind of I'm gonna exactly say what he says. So give me 1 second. I took a screenshot of it. So he's a big rusher guy, right? And his debate,
It's opinionated. Definitely
yeah.
opinionated.
So his debate is, can we create an award for the rusher? He said defensive player of the year favorites heavily for the DBs, and he thinks it would be fair for rushers to have their own award. So we could shed some light on them,
Yeah.
some light on them, unsung heroes, especially for all stars. Votes go popular more towards DBs. A rusher will have to has sorry will have no way to get a reward for a dominating season. And they said that's his 2 cents. So I was kind of looking at it when he said it, and then I was kind of like, no. First of all, defensive player DBs corners they don't uh, they're not heavy favorites. It's the point if you have a rusher that gets you 15 sacks in the season, right? It's good. But if you have a DB that gets 3 pick 6 and let's just say 10 INTs, I feel like that's better than 15 sacks. Rushers technically should have at least like you if you want to get a reward, if you want to win defensive player reward for rusher, I think you need like at least 20 sacks plus, depending on the season
Or
of
at least 18. I would say at least 17, 18, I would say.
17, 18. Yeah, because you want to average at least 2 sacks a game to kind of make it as a debate, Like I get it, sacks are hard to come to a point, but it's like 10 sacks. And then he was kind of talking about the under pressure and stuff like that. I'm like, well, in the NFL, if you think about it, these guys don't get paid for pressuring the quarterback. They get paid for causing sacks. You have guys like Joey Bosa that wins Defensive Player of the Year for not pressure sacks, for physically getting sacks. So the fact that he was kind of saying that, I'm like, no, you're a rusher. Your job is to get sacks. You shouldn't feel like there should be a word for you. Just get your sacks. I don't know if I'm like biased because I'm not a rusher anymore, but I just feel like get your sacks and you'll get your reward.
So Seville again. He's a guy. He's a good dude. I mean, he's made a lot of a lot of posts on Facebook. I remember earlier. I think it was either earlier this season, or yeah, I think it was earlier this season, or towards the tail end of the spring season. And he talked about like there should be a stat for some more emphasis should be put on just getting rushes because like so I understand your point where you talk about guys like Joey Bosa, his brother Nick, Miles Garrett, TJ Watt, so on and so forth, Michael Parsons, and getting rushes, so getting sacks, to say, pardon me, in one way is kind of the icing on the cake because guys do get more pub or more attention paid to them when they get the sacks. Rushing though, like getting those pressures is important though. It is important.
No,
That's
hundred
not
percent.
nothing. Yeah, like getting rushes and getting quarterbacks to get rid of the ball early before they're ready or pressing them into bad throws is important 100%. But the sack is the ultimate. But then that's the same argument we've had before, like on this podcast, right? Where guys in the highest divisions, like Division 1, you're not going to see a lot of sacks because quarterbacks aren't
No.
going to take a lot of sacks, right?
Yeah.
So getting pressure is really
Yeah,
important.
but you could kind of do this. You could
Very
say the
true.
same thing regarding DBs, right? You could have a
Yeah.
covered sack.
Yeah.
It's the point where like, okay, well, if you're gonna have a pressure sack, I want a covered sack. Like, where does it end?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so I just
True.
like I disagree with what he says. It's to a point where the issue is when you're a rusher, right? You get 12, 13 sacks. And great, 13 sacks is a great year for you. Don't get me wrong. You're averaging 1 sack a game, right? Or 1 sack, 0.2. But sometimes it's the point where you're playing a division and one guy decides to get 16 INTs and one guy has 13 INTs and then another guy has 12 INTs and 2 pick 6s. Like you get bumped because those stats are just so much better compared to sometimes in division where there's no INTs given to any teams. Like sometimes you'd be surprised. I think one year, I think last year too, I think there wasn't INTs. I think one guy had maybe 6 INTs and the rusher had 11 sacks. Well, you're definitely going to give the word to the rusher that got 11 sacks because it just looks better. But when you see 11 sacks and you see 15 INTs, 16 INTs, and you see pick sixes, you got to give it to the defender that got the INTs. So I just feel like he's kind of upset because he wants to win an award, but it's to a point where when you were in a division, it just kind of the stats kind of just are like that, where it's to a point where guys are just balling out as defenders and getting those INTs. It's like you can't compare both of them.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's arguments been one going on for the last couple of seasons. I mean, listen, sacks are important, pressures are important, guys and girls for sure. The the sack is kind of the, I don't want to say the end all be all, but it does have a bit more importance over pressures. But pressures shouldn't be ignored. But again, sacks are kind of be the one stat, I guess you could say, that kind of are that driving force, I guess you can say, when it
Yeah.
comes to
So
players.
like last thing I just want to say before he also says I got 10 sacks last season, and he wasn't in the top 5 defensive player of the year voting, but it just basically means that the other 5 guys that are ahead of you got more INTs or more pick sixes. I think I remember what division he was into. I think a lot of them had like 2 pick sixes, 1 pick 6, and like 10 INTs each. So I mean, it's to a point where it's unfortunate, but that's what happens sometimes in years. Sometimes guys have crazy INTs, crazy touchdowns. It's the point where you kind of get lost in that reward because someone else is having a better season than you. It's like that in general, right? Sports, life. It is. I just find it is what it is.
Yeah. Listen, stats are important, pressures are important.
No, 100%.
Uh, yeah. All right. Yes.
Um,
All right. So let's go hop over to competitive right now. The 5v5 comp.
so competitive. I didn't do any games in competitive. Look at the schedule. We just passed week 8. We had Braves versus Has-Beens. Braves won that 52-33. No really surprise there. I got to see Raw Dogs versus Montreal Magics.
Yep.
You were kind of there. They played right before I did. My Raw Dogs was kind of dominating for most of the game. They got a stop when they needed to. They got extra point when they needed to, and then second half they crumbled. There was a controversy call that was given to Raw Dogs where I felt it was kind of soft. Anyways, they ended up getting a call. They ended up getting a first down. They ended up scoring, and then Montreal Magics had to drive down, end up scoring back, and they ended up scoring. And then Raw Dogs basically couldn't finish. They ended up getting stopped. Montreal Magic ended up scoring, and pretty much the game ended 34-32. So unfortunately for Raw Dogs, it's a game they should have won. They kind of just blew it. To be honest with you, they won the first half. They're up 20-12, and second half they only scored 2 touchdowns compared to scoring 3. Where they could have scored at least 3, and the Montreal Magic had a great second half, and they ended up scoring 3 touchdowns against them.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen. Thankfully, I mean, again, so I was watching that game from the field that I was at. So not the greatest, not the way you want to end the game, but it is what it is. At least there's a chance now for a rematch, right? I mean, so we have Montreal matching Raw Dogs heading to battle this coming Monday, but this time instead of at St. Laurent, right, it'll be at Stade de Soccer, so that'll be Monday at 10 p.m. So quick turnaround, quick rematch. We'll have to see how that one
Yeah.
shakes out. We also have KGP against Has-Beens taking place, pardon me, this Saturday at Imbissar. So I'm sure you have a chance to check that one out.
Yeah,
well.
It should be a good game. But yeah, you're right. They Montreal Magic do play Raw Dogs. Again, that's gonna be interesting because last I remember last year's season, Raw Dogs beat Montreal. Well, I think not Montreal Magic. They're called Kangaroos. So they could beat them. They just have to have a really good game, and they have to make sure they when they get the opportunity to keep scoring, they have to take advantage of it and kind of just keep scoring and not look back. Um,
Yeah.
so that's pretty much it for competitive. Looking at the playoff standings, we have two teams kind of at the bottom, Raw Dogs and Has-Beens. So it's going to come down to both of these two teams. Raw Dogs are going to have to start winning some games, and again, Has-Beens going to have to start winning games too. I feel like whoever wins 3 games should make playoffs, or maybe even 2 to a point. But we're still interesting. 5 teams in this division, 4 teams make playoffs. Um, I want to say Raw Dogs is going to be that 4th seed, but again, you never know. Looking at their schedule, they play Montreal Magic, KGP, Montreal Magic, and Has-Beens. So it might come down to the last game actually, and then Has-Beens has KGP, Braves, and Raw Dogs. So this might come down to the last game to see who's going to get that last playoff spot.
I, I mean, listen. I mean, I honestly think my honest opinion. I think it is going to kind of come down to the last game. I mean, this is why you play the games, like we said already. And again, couple big things coming up. But again, like I said, we have the rematch coming up is again between Montreal Match again, Raw Dogs, and again, we'll have to see what happens. But like I said, sticking to your point, so I'm rambling on here. It's going to come down to the end. It's going to come down to the wire. And again, this is why we play these games. And again, week 12 again. Pardon me. Look at week 12 Has-Beens Raw Dogs, Montreal Magic Raw Dogs. Week 11, right? KGP Raw Dogs, Has-Beens Braves. It's coming down to the wire. I think let's be honest here. Every game is important. It's going to come down to the wire. I'd be shocked if it doesn't come down to week 12 to really see who's going to end up
Mm-hmm.
where, who's going to play who.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right.
Right. So
All right,
cool.
so that's it for all the divisions. We talked about uh, we talked about men's 6v6, 1 to 5. We talked about
Yep.
women's. We talked about men's 5v5 competitive intermittent. We talked about co-ed. So we're going to go to our segments that we have for you guys every single week, starting with sit, bench, cut, and trade. So that's the first
Yep.
segment. For the ones that don't know, and you're kind of just listening now, basically how it works is that we have 4 athletes that are currently playing in FPF, and you pretty much get the option of starting. Basically, you start, you bench, you trade, and you cut. So you start the player, you bench a player, you trade a player, and then you cut a player.
Yep.
So this week we have. I'm just gonna pull it up here. We also have people that
So
also made some comments on it as well too. So we have Manu, Dondre, Sanders, and Ahmed. Basically both. So do you want to start us off, Fred?
okay. So looking at it here, just looking at the list again here. Yeah. So yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yeah. Manuel Larwa, Dondre Borden, Sanders Armand, and Ahmed Bubakar. So I want to say for again S.B.C.T. I'm gonna start. Um, I'm gonna say for me, I'm going to start. It's a tough one here because a lot of similar skill sets with these players. But both guys great on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I think this is probably the hardest. This is probably what was
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah,
week one, and this week
yeah,
is probably the hardest one to kind of.
yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go. Okay, I'm gonna say I'm going to start. It's tough here, but I'm gonna roll with Sanders. I'm gonna start with Sanders.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna start Sanders. I'm going to. I'm gonna bench. It's a tough one here too. I was going back and forth on this one earlier today. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna start Sanders. I'm gonna bench. I'm gonna bench Manu. I'm gonna cut. This is tough here, man. I'm gonna cut Ahmed, and I'm gonna trade. Uh, no, mm, yeah, okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, no, I'm gonna stick with okay. So I was going back and forth because I was like, I was writing it down earlier today, and I was like, okay, going back and forth. Okay, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna start Sanders. I'm gonna bench Manu. I'm gonna cut Dondre. I'm gonna trade. I'm gonna trade Ahmed.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting. Um, to be honest, I have the exact same thing.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay, all
I'm
right.
starting Sanders
I'm
and I'm
intrigued.
benching Manu, and I'm gonna kind of cool the reasoning so I don't get any backlash from some of these guys.
Okay.
Sanders is, to be honest with you, Sanders is an all-around player.
Yeah.
So we can get rusher, receiver, defender. He plays all three, right?
Mm-hmm.
Manu, exactly the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
You do change on speed and height and stuff like that, but literally do the same thing. And Manu calls for snap too, right? But you can put Manu pretty much anywhere and he'll do it. Sanders, same thing, he'll do it. With Dondre and Ahmed, you kind of get different versatiles. I think Dondre's more as the top receiver. Ahmed is more as a DB. So I don't get the full aspects of having them play like they could play three positions. Do I think they could play three positions? Yeah, but I don't get this. They're not used to doing that, you know.
Right.
So that's the reason why I'm going to start Sanders, bench Manu, um, and then you said wait, you said you're gonna trade Ahmed, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then yes, exactly. So I would do the same thing. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
we're on the
Okay.
same page. Yeah, we're on the same page.
All right. Fair enough.
Looking at some of the comments that we got, people kind of just saying their opinion. So we have, sorry, I'm putting up here. We have cutting some guys said we're cutting Ahmed for sure. Some person said Manu, my number one fan. Someone says, you know who I'm starting with a smiley face. Someone
Yeah.
says starting Sanders. That's pretty much we have. That's all we got for it.
Okay. Okay. All right.
But yeah, so that's pretty much it for the sit bench cut trade, and then we're gonna finish off with our daily draft that we have.
Well, so before we go there, so thank you for everyone. Sorry, thank you for everyone. Obviously, that gave their 2 cents. That they voiced their opinion. I mean, this is what it is. Some people will agree. Some people will disagree. Thank you guys for supporting or not supporting. It is what it is. We're either going to be proven right or proven completely wrong. Either or. Thank you, thank you for tuning in, and thank you for giving your 2 cents on that. Uh, yeah.
Mhm. So I guess did we start? I think we spin yet. Did we yeah, we spin yet. So uh,
No.
okay, okay, we
No.
can see. Okay, so kind of to let everyone know, we do an FPF Fantasy Draft every single week now. I get a team, Brent gets a team. It's 11 players for each of our team, so 11 divisions we have. We have a minimum of 2 girls per team, and how it works is the same. It's basically the same stats and stuff. Sorry, the same point system. That kind of works for fantasy. We kind of have everything pinned up on Instagram. If you guys want to look at it, it's there to see. We're kind of behind a bit on the drafts, on posting and stuff like that. Most of you guys might realize. So like we'll have a post for players that we drafted, and then literally the draft is pretty much like your game already played. So pretty much is when you get drafted, you'll have until whenever to play your game, but we're like a week behind. So you can we've made a post. I think someone asked me, and they're like, "Oh, hey, you drafted me, but my stats already came like the next day. Like, how does it work?" So I kind of said we're kind of behind, but we're getting ahead. So it's good. It should end up we should end up being caught up by next week. So it's the point where you're kind of people are gonna kind of realize like when they get drafted, they'll be playing that week and not the week that they played before. But again, if you do tune into the podcast, you would know that. But people that kind of don't tune into the podcast as much, they kind of just see the results and then they kind of go, "Oh, what's happening?" Well, changes everything if you do two in the pod. Two.
I mean, yeah, you, you should tune into the podcast. Either or, you should tune into. Thank you to those who do tune into the podcast. You should tune into the podcast again. Obviously, like you said, there's a bit of a delay sometimes, but uh, just keep watching, and
Yeah.
everything will be up in pretty much short order. Again, it's fluid. There you
Yeah.
go.
Exactly. Long story short, tune into the podcast and you have nothing to
It's,
worry about.
there you go. There you go. All right.
So we'll
So
we'll
top
start the draft for this week. Again, 11 players, 11 divisions, and we can start spinning. And here it goes. I think it's you. Yeah, Brent. Yeah, you start this week. So we got competitive.
All right. Okay, so we have competitive here. All right. What am I doing? Competitive. So sorry, I'm just waiting for it to pop up here on my screen. All right. I'm going to go. Uh, Dan Lazara, quarterback.
That's crazy. That's literally who I was gonna pick.
Yeah. All right. Go, my man Dan. My man Dan.
That's literally who I was like. Literally, had down like the dad's there. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go AJ Gomez.
Okay. All right.
Competitive. So if you get points, I get points. Should get points. That's his number one receiver. So.
All right.
Okay, we can spin.
Quarterback right away. There we go. All right.
So we got tier 3.
Ooh, okay. All right.
So also, guys, the rule is if we end up picking the same player twice, it's automatic 0 points. So it's like kind of our fault that we do that. So we kind of have to make sure we know what we're doing and are paying attention in the draft. I'm gonna go. I don't even know if she played. She did play too. She drafted him. I'm going to go. Why did he? I'm gonna. Sorry, 1 second before I even do this.
So we're tier 3. You said, right?
Yeah, it's tier 3.
All right. Cool.
Felix, Julian Nelson. Okay, he's ready to. Sorry, give me 1 second. I'm gonna take a rusher. I'm gonna take
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna take Lucas Cunaville. Cunaville.
Oh, Quenville, Lucas Quenville.
Yeah, from Bruins. Sorry.
All right. Cool. Okay. All right. So you got Lucas Quenville. Solid player, solid receiver, solid rusher for sure.
Yeah, that's what I kind of.
All right. Okay, so I know I've taken Sam and Anasopoulos. I've taken Curtis Ryan. Can I take Manu? Jeez. Man. I've taken Jean Felix. Okay, I'm gonna go a little upgrade here. I'm gonna take I can't take him. I should shoot. I've taken I've I can't take Julian Nelson, right?
No, you took him.
Yeah, I've taken him already. Shoot. Okay. Let's see here. Can we take Jared Rani? No.
Jared who?
Jared Rani from the Killer Rays.
Jared Rani. So it's tier 3.
Yeah.
I think it's fine. I mean, you don't really have it unless you're not locked in, but I think he's fine.
All right.
Unless he plays for another division, then it might be like GG.
No, I'm taking. Yeah, no. I'm good. Yeah, Jared Rani, Killer Rays. That's what I'm taking.
Yeah, I think you're fine.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. All right. All right. All right.
Okay. All right. So we're spinning, and we are at the last one here. Women's no. Yeah, women's one. Tier one. Tier one. Tier one. All right. Tier
Tier
one.
one.
Good.
That's my
All right.
pick.
All right. All right.
Um, I'm gonna go with. So I have my quarterback. Oh no, I don't have my quarterback. I went. Brent went first, and I went, and then Brent went. So it's my turn.
No, no, it's great. Yeah, it's cute. It's cute.
Yeah.
Horrible. By the way, that's a horrible. You're fired. Joking.
Um. I'm going to take. I hope this guy plays. I'm going to take Jean from Party Crashers.
Ooh, sorry.
Jean from Party Crashers.
Okay. All right. Okay. 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 I'm gonna take. You know what? I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take you. You take Quaysie.
I'm not on a roster. You can't take me.
You are really no.
I'm not an official roster. No, you can't take me.
You're on infantry, no.
Yeah, but I play core. Like, I'm not playing. I'm not gonna be playing. I'll probably play like maybe the last week. So.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's gonna be my big surprise. All right. All right. Okay. You know what? Okay. So you know what? I'm gonna take. So they're coming off a big win. I'm gonna take Maximilian Sidori from Child Please.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Solid player, red zone threat, one of the best snappers in all of FPF. Maximilian Sidori, Child Please. Let's lock it in.
Okay. So that's three. All right, we could spin the wheel. Spinning. We got women's one.
Ooh, all right, all right, all right, all right.
Um, what? That's crazy. Let me just see something. I'm gonna take. I don't know. I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take Allison as my quarterback. Oh, sorry, Brad. It's your pick.
Yeah, I was gonna say. All right, okay, all right. Uh,
You already have a quarterback though.
yeah, I got a quarterback already, so I'm good. Uh, hmm. Who am I taking? Who am I taking? Okay, let's see. Let's see. Can't take Gigi. Can't take Virginia. Can't take Lori. Uh, hopefully Richard.
Yeah, it's good.
Yep, hopefully Richard from Miguel.
Yeah,
That's what I'm going with.
that's a solid pick. It's good. I'm gonna take Allison for my quarterback. They're playing. They're playing the Rock, so I feel like she's gonna have one of those games.
All right.
All right, let's spin. Tier five.
Ooh, 2-5. Okay. Mm, 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 mm,
Tier
Okay. So
five.
let's see. It's your pick, I think.
Yeah.
Or okay. Um,
I don't. Did anyone ever? Did we take Kevin? Let me see something. Okay, no. Kevin, no. I don't see him. I think it's good. I'm gonna take. Wait, week four. Kevin Dinette. No. I'm gonna take Kevin Dinette.
Damn it, that's what I'm gonna take. Damn. Sure. Nobody say. Haven't I think you've taken Kevin already, haven't you?
Did I? No.
Okay. All right. Okay. Damn it.
I thought, to be honest, I thought I did, but I didn't.
I really thought you did as well. Okay. Damn. All right. Okay. I'm gonna take then. Can I is he available to take? Um. Uh. My apologies. Um. Mano. No, you taking from TGs. You taking sorry. Khalil. Khalil Zach.
Who?
From TGs. Sorry, Mano.
None of us have taken man.
Khalil Zach. I can't even read his name. Jesus, sorry, I apologize. Mano. Khalil Zakis.
Yeah, that he's fine.
Is he fine? Yeah, is that okay?
Yeah, he's clear.
All right, cool. Done. Tier 5. Mano Khalil Zakis.
Yeah, it's fine. Good. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we have 6 more. Yep. Spin it away. Tier 4. I'm good. It's your pick.
Okay, cool. 2. All right.
No, tier 4. Tier 4.
Oh, okay, my bad. Okay, my bad. I apologize. Okay, definitely not Ray Ray Franklin this week. Not gonna take Ray Ray. Well, okay. Um, it's my man, Kenny Batillier.
Who?
Kenny Batillier, Super Troopers.
Okay. I'm gonna take Matteo Gardy. Dante's brother.
Oh, Matteo Girardi. Okay, cool. And this is what division? Sorry,
This is tier 4.
Tier 4. Okay, cool.
All right, you can spin it.
I apologize, but like there's a bit of a delay on my end. My bad. My apologies. Sorry, it's not coming up as good.
Intermediate.
All right. Okay. This is me. Yeah, Quaysie.
Yeah, it's my pick. Best defend Alex. That's his brother. I'm going to go. Wait a second. Let me just see this roster. Why is it not showing me the? Oh, it's set to 30 seconds. Intermediate. Uh, schedule standings. What's this roster? Oh, there we go. Roster. No, Joey's gonna be playing. Um, I'll take. Does he play defense too? Yeah, I'm gonna take Anthony Siga from backfield predation.
Okay. I'm gonna take Jordan Blouin from Green Monster. All right. Mm, what is it here? You took from
Backfield,
backfield.
Anthony Siga Siga.
Okay, let me see. Okay, actually, you know what? Sorry, I'm gonna. Can I take no? Can I take Sam Sicard from Blue Dry?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, I'm actually asking Ali Reza. Okay, okay, I'll take my original pick. Then my bad. I'll take him. Sorry. Uh, uh, what's this guy's name?
Okay, I think we're good to spin.
I'm sorry. Who did I just pick? Sorry, my bad. I can't take Sicard. Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, I got it, okay, my bad, sorry. Yeah, Jordan, boy, said it coming in a second. My apologies. I'm sorry. Uh,
We're at Coed 2, and I believe it's your pick. Yeah.
okay. Code two. Okay. So let's okay. So code two. I'm gonna take. Sorry, my apologies. Hmm. Shoot. Sorry. Hmm. Okay, here we go. Okay, my bad. I'm gonna do solve. I'm gonna take um Alex Zalipski, Flagzilla.
Yeah, it's fine.
Cool.
Pretty sure it's fine.
Or am I? No, wait. I feel like he's been picked already. Hold on. Has he been picked at the Reza before or no? Okay, cool. That's what I'm taking. Flagzilla, Alex Zablisky.
Okay. Um, I will take. I'm gonna take Maxim Jehu from Kamikazes.
Okay, all right. I respect that. All right. Okay, cool. Cool at one. Yep. Okay. All right.
Fourth one. Um, I'll take. Give me. Might be biased. Here, I'll take Paulo Beer. Give me Paulo Beer.
Damn, that's what I was gonna take. That's exactly what I was gonna take right there. Damn. All right. Okay. I'm gonna take then. Hmm. Damn. That was going to be my pick. Shoot. All right. Who am I rolling with here? Uh, oh, I think I have an idea. Hold on. Wait. Wait. I have hopefully for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna pick a lady right here. Um, I have one, and I know I have Ophelia Richard already. I'm gonna. I can't take Mary Joelle Vandell. I think I've taken her already. I'm gonna say. Oh, Sarah Mo Matthew. Sarah Mo Matthew from the merge. Done.
Okay, sorry, Mo.
Actually, no, okay, no, my bad. Sorry. Alexi Galarno. There you go. Alexi Galarno from Fifth Squad.
Right.
My bad.
All right, you can spin. Tier and Brent's on you.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, yeah. Mm, Tier two.
Yeah, tier two.
All right. My division. My division. All right. Uh, here's my last pick, I believe. Line one. All right. Mm. Mm, I'm going to pick. Uh, no, hell no. Shoot, my bad. Where so I can't pick that. Okay, wait. So give me 3 seconds. I have an idea. I'm going to pick. Can I pick? Uh. So what division are we in? Sorry, what tier?
Tier two.
Yes, I'm exhausted. Sorry, it's been a long day. Justin White.
Justin White.
Yeah,
That's
Justin.
crazy.
Yeah, Justin White.
That's literally who I have. Okay, but I'll take. So you'll take Justin White. I'll take James Nigun Ni Nigaya.
Nguyen. James Nguyen. James
Yeah,
Nguyen.
Nguyen. Sorry, I'm
James
horrible
Nguyen.
last names.
All right, James Nguyen. Done.
Okay, and then last one is co-ed three, which I have to my pick. That. I will take. Uh, just go standings.
Uh, can't take him. Damn
Actually, you know what? I'm better off. Okay. It's either I take her. It's 19 touchdowns. That's crazy. I wonder what the record is for touchdowns per year. Per year. Take 27.
I think it was. I think Matthew Lepage has for, touchdown catches you're talking about, or for touchdown passes.
Touchdown catches.
I think it's Matthew Lepage has a record. He broke the last this past.
Okay, I'm gonna take. I believe her name is Victoria Vera from Incredibles.
Okay. Hmm. I can't take Adam Allen off now.
No,
I'm
I,
joking.
I
I'm joking.
wish.
I'm joking. I'm joking. God. All right. So interesting. Okay. Who'd you pick again? Sorry.
Victoria Vera.
Okay. She's a good player. I've seen her. She's good. She's good. Okay. Cool. I'm going to take then.
Did you pick it, or you're still?
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Jeez. My apologies. Uh, yeah. God. It's been a really long day. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go. Oh. Uh. Hold on. You know what? Actually. Frida Lugano.
Okay, for Mavericks.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so that's the picks for part five. I believe we're at,
Mhm.
right. Yeah, so that's picks for part five. Guys, we decided what the punishment's basically going to basically what's going to be for the losing fantasy owner. So how it kind of works, just to kind of let everyone know. So every week counts as 1 point. So every time you win a week, you get 1 point. I believe we're going to do this until week part nine or part 10. We're going to do it until basically playoffs. Um, yeah, maybe like playoffs, maybe 1 week more in playoffs. So we'll probably do maybe 10 drafts. And the loser is basically what we're gonna do is that on a random, well, not random Sunday, but on a Sunday, we're gonna go to a bar, and pretty much it's gonna make a 24-hour challenge. So every drink, basically you end up going to a bar, and you have to sit there for 24 hours. But every drink you take, every drink you drink, it's -1 hour, and every shot you take is -2 hours. So we're gonna try to make it maybe like a community thing, and we'll post the bar or restaurant that we're gonna be at. It's gonna be a Sunday night, a Sunday afternoon. So we're gonna have like there should be NFL football going on, and then people that community kind of could join us. I'm gonna be there anyways, cheering on Brent, or Brent's gonna be there cheering on me. For the loser, it's gonna have to be for 24 hours. So we're gonna try to make it like maybe like FPF thing, get the community together, and it's gonna be fun. It should be fun. So loser for that 24-hour challenge. Every drink it's 1 hour. Every shot is 2 hours, and you pretty much only can leave after you finish your
Mhm.
after you've done 24 hours.
There you go. Sounds good.
All right, Brent. Anything else to say?
So I know this is the last week to register for FPF Junior. So make sure if you want to get your kid, your neighbors, kids, whoever, family member, get them in there. If you know someone who you can't stand, get their kid in there. So then they have to show up at 9 in the morning, 10 in the morning to have to watch the
There
game.
you go.
There you go.
That's
Awesome.
one way to get back at somebody.
There you go. Hatred at a new level. But seriously though, FPF Junior is awesome. I was part of the first season of FPF Junior. I've scored kept tons of FPF Junior games as recently as this past season. Hopefully, I'll be doing it again this year. Get your kid in there, get your neighbor, get your family member, whoever it is, your teacher, I don't know. You know some kids randomly in your neighborhood, get them in there. It's a good way to keep kids active off the video games, off the TVs all day long. Good way for kids to meet friends, have fun, play some ball, and we've seen, right? I remember Juan Edshow in FPF Junior. It's been a long time. He's been an FPF, the regular FPF. Some other players, I remember when they started FPF Junior, Maya DeFazio, same thing. I remember her in FPF Junior, Phoebe Gervais, right? This is the seed that gets planted. FPF Junior, they go on to bigger and better things in FPF or tackle, whatever the case may be. This is the last weekend of FPF Junior registration. Get the kids in there, have them play some ball.
There you go. It's also I find it super interesting to see when you see guys that play FPF Junior, and they end up getting, well, they're older and they end up being adults, and you see them play like FPF adults, and kind of See them like they have a little like they have like a small face, like they have their face, they have their picture of their face when they're like 13, and then they're now they're 18, 19 years old. So you see some teams like that, like the Looney Tunes is probably one of the teams that you kind of see now that they start FPF Junior, but now they're all like 18, 19 years old, 20, and they're still kind of in the league.
I literally just said that, but all right.
Oh, sorry, I was killing you. I was.
I literally just said that. But all right.
Okay. It's. I guess I'm tired.
It's been a long. Yeah, I hear you. I'm tired too. It's been a long day. Otherwise, how many? Under 2 hours, I hope.
No, 2 rest.
God damn. All right. Eventually, we will get it under 2 hours. Hopefully, hour and a half. Like, follow, and subscribe. All that good stuff. Let's go, Jays. Quick update here. My phone is next to me.
It's 2-1.
All right, 2-1. Not so bad. Not so bad. Not so bad. 3-1. 3-1.
3-1.
3-1 Jay.
They just scored.
3-1 Jays, top of the fourth. Let's go. Peace. Have a good one. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for having Reza. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like, follow. See you guys next week. Peace.
Peace.